Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Hubert, this was another one where in that first half you get the double-digit lead, holding to a low field goal percentage, things like that. Just what did you like today defensively about what you guys are doing against the SMU team that obviously has a lot of size in that front court too?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job defending the post. We double teamed the post, and I thought we worked on that the last couple of days of practice, and I thought we executed that really well. With the exception of a couple times, they're really good shooters. They were staring at our shoes and shot the three. I thought we did a really good job of staying with their shooters. And Cross is a matchup nightmare because he can play on the perimeter, he can post, he can shoot threes, and I thought we did a really good job on him in defending without fouling. It was one of our best defensive halves. I felt like our pressure, our presence on the ball created turnovers. We finished defensive possessions with a rebound because we talked about them. They're the #1 offensive rebounding team in the ACC, and so that first half was really good defensively.
Hubert, along those lines, did you feel like maybe the way you fought rebounding wise and kept some of the offensive rebounds alive sort of gave you the juice or the energy that really got you going in the first half?
I do, I really do. I mean, that always gives us life. I mean, for us, defensively and being able to finish it with the rebound, then it allows us to get out in transition where I feel like we've been consistently good all season, but it's something that, we talked about the last couple of days, just in terms of not allowing them to get second chance opportunities, how good they were at keeping the ball alive. They're a big team. I felt like we were smaller in every position. I felt like every guy on their team was 2 or 3 inches taller than myself, and I thought we did a good job of making contact first. And everybody, before the game, we talked about everything that we do, it has to be done together. And we just kept saying it to each other, whether it's, hey, we got to rebound together, we've got to defend together, we've got to take care of the ball together, we've got to execute offensively together. And it's just something that this team continues to say about, in order for us to be the best that we can be, like, it has to be all parts working together. And I felt like, especially in the first half defensively, we're able to do that.
Andrew?
Yesterday you said that Saturday Notre Dame was the game you guys talked the most defensively this year.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a carryover, and that was something out there tonight.
I do, I really do. It was the last couple practices, good communication today, in the locker room before the game, on the court, in the huddle. Guys holding each other accountable, making sure everybody's on the same page in terms of what we are defensively, what play we're running on the offensive end, out of bounds underneath. And after the game, I said, you guys did a really good job of communicating the things that I said and just making sure everybody's on the page of what we're trying to do on both ends of the floor with substitutions, timeouts. And so, again, it was another game where I felt like the communication, even though I think it can get better, was really good.
The foul on Ian Jackson, the hard one, seemed to really get you pretty emotional and fired up. What was kind of going through your mind there in those moments?
Yeah, just, thinking about Ian, it's, SMU and all their players are fantastic kids and players. But just seeing Ian up in the air, defenseless, and just making sure he was okay. And my reaction was my reaction that I have with my 3 kids, and just wanted to protect them and make sure that they're okay. And I'm thankful that Ian was able to pop back up and knock down those 2 free throws.
Drake had 11 right out of the gate, and RJ was saying that the guys are telling him to be more aggressive offensively. Seems like he's looking for a shot a lot more in recent games. Do you see that confidence growing in him, and what has sparked that?
Yeah, I mean, I want everybody to be aggressive. I want everyone to shoot the shot when they're open, and I want them to take shots that they practice before and after practice, and shots that I've seen in practice, and the shots that Drake took are shots that I see him work on all the time, and the shots that he takes in practice, and I want him to have the confidence to be able to step up and knock them down. And he gave us a huge lift at the beginning of the game. SMU started off in like a zone, and then it would morph into a man, and so it took us a while to get to a rhythm in terms of what we were trying to run on the offensive end. And Drake, his threes in the first half really opened things up for us and gave us the confidence to be able to execute on the offensive end.
Take 2 more. Hubert, what's the challenge of now that you have Seth back, working him back in? He was playing so well, obviously, before he got hurt, missed the 3 games. Like, what is that challenge of working back in, and how much practice did he miss? Was yesterday's practice the first time he was back?
First
Like-
full practice, yes. Yeah. I don't look at it as a challenge. I look at it as a good thing. He's back. You know, and so.
I didn't mean it to be a bad thing.
No, yeah, and I understand it does. You know, it takes time. You know, you think, you know, the last time that he played was at UCLA.
Right.
That's a long time, and so a huge part of basketball is finding your rhythm. And there's nothing that you can do to get your rhythm other than being out there on the floor. And so he'll be much better at practice on Thursday, and he'll be much better on Saturday. But I expected him to be a little rusty because he hadn't played for a long time. But I'm so happy that he's back. Having him on the floor makes us a really good basketball team because of his ability to score and defend. And I'm so happy he's back in the lineup.
Last one, Andrew.
RJ said that his shot was a little flat earlier this year, and he's worked a lot on getting the arc up. He's watched a lot of film work with Marcus. As a shooter yourself, how difficult is it in midseason to go from shooting with the balls a little bit flat to getting the right kind of arc that he now has shown the last few games?
Yeah, I don't think it's very difficult at all. I mean, I think it's difficult to make major changes in your shot, but you know, changes in terms of let me get a little bit more arc, let me use my legs a little bit more, let me get my elbow in, let me make sure that my guide hand isn't too much on the ball. Those are little tweaks and pivots that everybody adjusts and makes throughout a season, and so that's very easy to do. It's the big changes in your shot that normally can't occur during the year. And so, you know, RJ, the best critic on any one shot is your own shot. It just is. It doesn't come from anyone else. The person that knew my shot the most was me. And so I knew when I was making shots, I knew when I was missing and why I was missing, in the same regards for RJ. And he's in more of a rhythm now and knocking down shots, and that's exactly the way that I like it.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody. Remember, Friday.